As we looked for a head coach, we were looking for somebody that had head coaching experience, a track record, really a proven track record of success. Obviously a combination, or knowing the ability to coach, the X and O's, but beyond that, leadership skills, management skills, the ability to relate to our student athletes, to value education, and really to develop the young women that are in our program. Our goal was to hire somebody before the Final Four, but it was not a race. Had we not been here today, we would have obviously worked out until it was done, but I don't want anybody to believe that we rushed into anything. It was a very intensive, almost 2-week process with a lot of phone calls. But at the end of the day, and speaking of phone calls, whether it was to WNBA coaches, whether it was to current Division I coaches, former coaches, in the case of Mike, actually called some of his former student athletes, ADs, you name it, calls to anybody and everybody within the world of women's collegiate basketball to make sure that we were vetting candidates, that we were making the right decisions and gathering all the information we possibly could. We had multiple interviews with a diverse pool of candidates. In the end, it was the unanimous thought process from everybody involved that Mike Bradbury was the right fit at the right time for the University of New Mexico. I was struck by a combination of Mike's intensity, his passion for the game, certainly his style of play I found to be intriguing, but his leadership skill, his recruiting skill, all those things weighed heavily into our decision making. A little bit of background, I think many of you probably have the press release. Mike's been a head coach for 9 years, 6 years at Moorhead, 6 years at Wright State, 3 years at Moorhead. I won't read all the statistics, but I would like to read a few of them. 75 and 25 in his last 3 years at Wright State, 1 NCAA appearance, 2 WNIT appearances. Postseason in 5 of his 6 years at Wright State, won 20 games in 5 of his 6 years at Wright State, set a record for single season wins, record for career wins, best winning percentage, 3 players of the year, and a coach of the year. And to me, those numbers are impressive. But what really, if you dig a little deeper, I think what's even more impressive is both at Wright State and Moorhead State, not to diminish those schools, but those are very difficult places to win. They're schools that are probably some of the have-nots in their conference. And more important than the numbers, if you look at what has happened either before Mike was at that school or after he left a particular school, I think what he's done is even more impressive. Wright State had one 20-win season in the 22 years prior to his arrival. They'd never been to Division I postseason play prior to his arrival. And as I said earlier, 5 of 6 years in postseason play. In addition to those head coaching jobs at those 2 schools, Mike was an assistant at both Xavier and Cincinnati and really led a number, I think, 3 or 4 top 25 recruiting classes at those institutions. As Frank put in the notes, a piece of trivia, Mike is the 3rd head coach to have graduated from the 3rd head coach at the University of New Mexico, who graduated from Tennessee Chattanooga. Kathy Kalakowicz, our former women's tennis coach, and Jolie Dunn, former football coach, were also UT Chattanooga grads. So I am very proud. You like that, dude? Very proud to introduce the 6th head coach in the history of our illustrious women's basketball program, Coach Mike Bradbury.
Thank you, and thanks for everybody being here. I'm excited to be the head coach at New Mexico, and to be a part of the Lobo family, the Albuquerque community. When you look at this place from afar, it is something that most of the coaches in the country are envious of, and that's what really intrigued me to want to be a part of it. Before I go any further, some people I need to thank. Paul Krebs, from early on in our conversations, we shared the same vision and the same things that we thought that this program could do, and that was tremendous. Janice has been unbelievable for the last week to 10 days with me, and it's you can tell how much she cares about what goes on here. Dr. Frank, who it's when you're a women's basketball coach, very rarely do you get to spend any time with the president at places, now I know, other than New Mexico. So unbelievable. Also, I'd like to thank someone I've been friends with and friendly with for a long time, Yvonne Sanchez, for her hard work in the Lobo basketball tradition over her 16 years at this place, and I know she put a lot into it, and it's definitely been recognized, and I've known her for a long time, and wish her the best, and hope to talk to her soon. Most importantly, I want to thank my family. I couldn't do this profession without my wife and the support of my kids and my family. I'm not going to spend a whole lot more talking about that. I'm about to get in trouble. Also would like to thank Bob Grant, my AD at Wright State, Brian Hutchinson, my athletic director at Morehead State, Kurt Miller, a friend of mine coaching the WNBA, for everything that they've done, especially in the last few weeks. So I think I got most of that covered. Okay, what I'm here for and what we're supposed to do. I'm going to tell you a little bit how we're going to get going with this program. And I just met with the team. Just got out with them. We met for quite a while. It was very good, very refreshing, and I can't wait to get started. We'll show up every day, our team, coaches, with great enthusiasm and energy. And I think that's what we need, and that's what we're going to do. And no matter what we're doing, whether it's practice, game, in the community, whatever we're doing, we'll have great enthusiasm and energy and I guess support of women's basketball at New Mexico.